Cho ho ho prospectors. Today we got some pay dirt that's going to bring some real holiday cheer. I've got a bag of holiday pay dirt from Vendetta Prospecting. Blah, blah, blah. This stuff probably wasn't important. Next time I'll remember to check the microphone. Oh well, let's check out this dirt.
Shed in the back, old dreams in the dark. Dick Daddy's out there with a fire in his heart. Pay dirt on the table, sifting through the night. Glitter in his eyes, everything feels right. Hand in the water, fingers in the mud. Buckets full of promise, gold in the blood. Gear on the bench, tools of a trade. Hustling through the silence, riches to be made.
Taking a look at this stuff, man. This stuff is pretty. Lots of little garnet, green sands, gemstones, peacock ore. I already separated out a lot of silver pieces, that crystalline silver that he said was in there. Definitely a nice amount. This stuff likes to stay on top, so you just kind of keep shaking it around, pick it out as you see it. At some point, you just got to give up. There's a lot of little pieces that are going to be hard to recover. You could be here all day, really. But very nice stuff. Some amazing pay dirt. Mike did a great job, and this is going to look crazy going down the sluice. But for now, I'm going to classify out, get all these big gems out of here. There's no reason to run those down the sluice. So we'll classify those out of the way, and we'll just get it going. And we'll be right back in a snap. And we're back. Just like that. A lot more work on this end. You guys just snap to it. But here we are, so let's get to it. What we've got is a breakdown of this material. It's pretty clear that everything kind of broke down at specific layers, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. This is what's in those layers. So I'm probably going to put things back together before we go it down the sluice. I'm not going to run any of this stuff. I gave it a look over. The plus 10 is going to be all of your gems, your peacock ore, tons of peacock ore, really pretty stuff, a whole bunch of peridot, some adventurine, maybe some jade, and various other green gemstones. You'll have to go back to the website and see exactly what was all included. Emeralds, jade, maybe some adventurine. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Lots of peridot. A little bit more of that silver got caught up here, so we'll pick that out. If it's easy enough to catch. Oh, and it does look like a little piece of gold got caught up here at the plus 10. So that's good that we looked. Otherwise, we would have missed out on that little chunk. I'm going to give it another peek. Just in case there's any more bigger pieces, you know? Doesn't look like there is, so we got this piece here. Looks good. Pretty material. I'll just throw this piece in the plus 20. Down here in the plus 20 is pretty much what I'd call the garnet layer. It's mostly all garnet. Definitely, I'm seeing gold in here. Nice flakes of gold throughout the garnet layer. So I'm gonna guess the majority of my gold is gonna be found in here. Still finding more crystal silver. I'm gonna grab it as I see it, but I'm not really chasing after it anymore. There's too many little pieces, and yeah, they would add up. But man, I'll be here for a freaking month trying to chase all these little silver chunks. So whenever this dirt winds up being tailings, whoever winds up getting some of it is going to find some extra silver in it. So that'll be nice. So keep your eye open. And there you go. Now there's a lot of this material. Garnet is very heavy, so the majority of the bag's weight is right here in this level. It's all the garnet. Garnet's just freaking a beast. Now down at the sub 20, we got everything else, which is mostly the green layer. So the green sands, the white sands, some of the smaller pieces of garnet made their way through here, but I can almost guarantee you all the fine gold is here as well. Well, I can guarantee it because this is where it would have wound up. Fine gold's probably going to be in here, if there's any, which sounds like there could be. We'll find it here. Not a whole lot of this part of the material. This is just really, I think, for color. Just green and white sands. Very fun, very cool looking. So there you go. That's this material. It's like he says, he put it together, so it's no secrets there. It's not like this came out of the earth. But very cool, very fun stuff. And I say let's just go ahead and dump the green back in the red. And mix it all up, all good and stuff. And I'll just run it all, you know. These garnets are going to fill the pan or the sluice riffles. This might be unsluiceable. With as much garnets in here, this might not be sluiceable on the micro mat. So I guess we'll find out. And if we got to pan it out, well, then we'll tackle that. All right, well, let's fire up the sluice, get this dirt wet, and find us some gold. Action. All right, we are ready to roll. Let's grab our material, fire up the sluice. Green dirt does like to bubble up a little bit, so make sure you get the water all the way throughout. A little bit of frog piss to help things remember where they go. All right, let's get to it. Let's start scooping.
Christmas bells are ringing loud tonight. Miners dig through snow with sheer delight. In the dirt they find a shimmer bright, Vendetta's gems glowing in the light. Silver veins and garnets glowing red. Through the spirit of the season tread. Gleaming green gems where the treasures spread. Miners' hearts beat happy, full of thread. Fill the stockings full of bright surprise. Dust of silver sparkling in their eyes. Gorgeous stones their beauty magnifies. Holiday paydirt like a dream arise. cracks open wide, hidden glories that the snow can't hide. Every nugget found as joy's guide, Vendetta gems that make hearts strive. Among the rocks, the colors dream to dance.
All right. We got this dirt all ran. Let's take a little peek. See what we can see. Definitely some nice flakes of gold all throughout the top section here. Definitely going to be some gold in the mat that we already took off. All right. Let's get this cleaned up.
Vendetta gems that make hearts strive. Among the rocks, the colors dream to dance. Green and gold, where magic takes a stance. Or is so rich, it fills the holiday trance. In the paydirt lies our New Year's chance. Fill the stockings full of the bright surprise. Dust of silver sparkling in their eyes. Gorgeous stones, their beauty magnifies. Holiday paydirt like a dream arise.
And there's your shiny baby. Big old pile of gold and silver. We're going to have to get those sorted out. But it is looking good. I'm definitely full of Christmas cheer. Let's get it snuffered up, sorted out, and weigh it up. Be right back. All right, welcome back. We got this gold all dried up. We got the silver all separated out. We got our extra goodies there in the pan. And we're ready to see what we got. We got a Christmas theme going on here. Lots of garnets and all sorts of goodies in this paydirt. And let's see what good stuff we can find. Hello, let's tear it out, get zeros. All right. Let's see what we got. 1 gram is what we were expecting, and what we wound up getting is 1.111 grams of gold. So a little bit over 1/10 of a gram over that guaranteed amount, which works out almost perfectly because it's, you know, $110 for the bag. So 100 or 1.11, well, now 1.11. I'm going to stick with the 11111 all the way across. It's easier to track. But some beautiful gold, nice flakes, big chunks, little flakes, and all sorts. And then, of course, a little bit of silver in there as well. So let's see how much we got in the silver. There's some garnets in here. This isn't to be, you know, exact, but close enough. Almost about, we'll just say 2 grams of silver. We'll shave off that 1/10, a little bit over 1/10 of a gram as garnet weight. But about 2 grams of silver is what we recovered, along with that 1 1/10 of gold. Man, not bad at all. Well, there you go. I'll take a few pictures of this gold and the silver so you can see what all of that looks like, and maybe the picture of these gems and stuff as well. You can see it all. And then we'll be right back with my final words and ROI. All right, welcome back. Man, Vendetta's Holiday Paydirt 2024. What can I say about that? Out of the park. It's just out of the park. What a great experience. Really, really fun dirt to go through. We'll talk about the dirt, then we'll talk about the gold, of course, as we do. The dirt was basically a pound and a half of garnet sand, or garnets rather, not garnet sand, garnets, along with a little bit of gemstones, some peacock ore, and then some white and green sand as well to kind of round everything out. Not a lot of, or any heavy material, no natural stuff. This is all a fabricated dirt, and it says that very clearly in the listing information. This dirt was for fun, and man, it really, really was a lot of fun. I would say this is probably going to be best panned out, so you can take little bits at a time. Trying to sluice it was pretty overwhelming. I had to switch out. You probably saw how the mat changed partway through the video. I did have to change out the sluice mat, the dream mat, because the one that I first was using, my Christmas mat, was kind of bowing out in the middle. So I gotta flatten that out before I use it again. So I went with a different mat to make sure that we weren't losing any of our gold. Now, if you are going to run this down a sluice, by all means, run it multiple times. With all these heavy garnets, it's very likely that gold is going to be able to find its way out of the sluice. Unless you're running a very large, long sluice run, and in which case you're probably fine. But if you're only running a 16-inch, like I have, I would probably say there is a chance some of that material is getting passed. Some of that gold might be getting passed. And you might want to run it 2 or 3 times. If you have a smaller toolbox sluice, absolutely take your time with this. But I would say overall, this is really for panning out. It's gonna be a lot more entertaining to you, I think, if you just pan it out a little bit at a time. You don't try to take it all at once. Stretch it out over a few days. Get your gold out of there. Get your gems that you want to keep out of there. There's a lot of fun in this bag. Absolutely had a great time going through it. And at the end of the day, I have a pan full of miscellaneous gems and peacock ore and all sorts of jades and I think adventurines and whatnots, a lot of peridot, which I'm sure these will wind up finding their way into some pay dirt here shortly. In the sluice box, there's probably about a pound of garnets in there, probably more than that, of garnets that I'm going to get out of it, which will now have probably a whole bunch of little pieces of silver in it. And of course, the tailings are going to have little pieces of silver because it's really hard to catch all that stuff. But again, a lot of fun going through it. Take your time and just enjoy it. It's a great holiday pay dirt, very different from your normal pay dirts that you're going to get throughout the year, and absolutely worth checking it out. If even just to leave it up on your shelf and have, like, this is a wild, crazy pay dirt, and there's a gram of gold in there. Maybe a little bit more. Speaking of gold, let's talk about the gold. The gold itself that I found was all sorts of different shapes and sizes, from little pieces, not very much of the flower, fly poop, not really any of that, but little pieces all the way up until little smaller flakes, bigger flakes. No pickers or anything like that I was able to find, but I did absolutely find the guaranteed gram. A little bit more. We'll go ahead and put up the numbers now. You can just read it out here with you. We paid $110 for the bag. That was shipped to the door. Gold that we found was 1.111 grams, which has the today value of $93.63. We did find a couple grams of silver, which have a couple dollars of value as well. But as far as gold, our ROI is going to be 85%, which is pretty good. Especially considering the rest of this bag has a lot of value to it, just being gems and garnets and silver and just all the fun that went into making this bag. Had a really good time for it. Some good gold came back out of it, a little bit more than the minimum guaranteed amount. So that's cool. Even if it was just the 1 gram, again, you know, you're 1 gram guaranteed. You find your gram, you can't be mad at that. I know this isn't natural pay dirt, so there's no expectation to find any more than what is put in it. So overall, I gotta say, this was a great bag of dirt. I had a lot of fun going through it. Its replay value, if you will, is going to be really, really high because I'm going to go through this dirt multiple times. And, you know, when I wind up using these tailings for something else down the road, there's probably going to be little pieces of silver that I wasn't able to or didn't bother to recover that will get passed along to the next person. So overall for me, this was a great bag. Had a lot of fun. Would definitely do it again. Would recommend you go pick one up before they're all sold out. The holiday season's pretty much over, so these are only going to be around for so long. So go check those out. Vendetta Prospecting. Of course, I'll leave a link down below for you guys to go ahead to. Just go check those out. Pick one up for yourself. If they do wind up selling out, don't let that deter you. Find something else on his site. All the stuff on his site that I've done, had a great time with, so I think you'll be very pleased with whatever you wind up picking up. Hopefully he still has a few of these bags left, and if he does, like I say, grab one. Otherwise, go head over to backyardprospecting.com, head up the prospector shop. I sell some stuff there as well, so go check that out. Maybe pick up some gear or some pay dirt for yourself from me. Hit the swag shop if you want some backyard prospecting swag. No Santa hats. But otherwise, that's all I got for you this week. This is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I will catch you in the backyard. Ho, ho, ho. Peace. If you're looking for the gift that just keeps on giving, click this playlist right here for some more awesome pay dirt reviews. Peace!